Testing. 1, 2. Testing. Diane, it's 8 a.m. Seattle, Washington. As you have no doubt surmised by the clarity of this tape, I purchased a new Micromac pocket tape recorder, the Big Little Recorder at Wally's Rent-to-Own, 1145 North Hilltop, where, as the sign says, a bargain is a bargain, no matter what the cost, for $21.89 cash. I decided to pass on the rent-to-own option, Diane. Leasing may be the fast track to an appearance of affluence, but equity will keep you warm at night. I have no doubt that this new model will prove to be an extremely useful tool in the investigatory process, where the most fleeting insight can be lost if your hardware isn't as solid as you're thinking. I have 2 stops to make, Diane. Woe's House of Cloth, where I'm picking up a new black suit, upping my total to 5, 1 for each day of the week, presuming I don't have to work weekends. Frequently not a safe assumption. $199.99, including alterations. Second stop, the Regional Bureau office to pick up some files. Although I have wrapped up the fiber sample procedures seminar I came here to conduct, it looks like I'll be heading east on a new case instead of back to Philadelphia. We'll fill you in on the details after I've been briefed.
Hey, Matt here, long time no see. Mel and I just got back from the Twin Peaks Fest 2014. We recorded an audio diary, but not all of it went as planned. Sometimes the beginning of our recordings were cut off. But I'm going to jump in and tell you where we were and what was happening, if there's any spots like that. And one part was completely screwed up, so we had to record that section. But besides that, here's all our thoughts at the time, or slightly after the events happened. Beginning with right after we landed on the West Coast, after we slept in the hotel, we woke up and Mel informed me that she had had a Twin Peaks dream.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact details, Matt.
Okay.
But I dreamt that your dad had a farm or something, and then Bob was Bob from Twin Peaks. He was like this weird god or something that he controlled your farming. So he was casting drought upon everybody. So you had to fight him to be able to survive. So you had to go it was this old farmhouse, and you had to go upstairs to fight for your dad. You had to fight him. I can't remember exactly what happened.
Oh,
yeah.
Screw you, Bob. Leave my dad's farm alone. My dad's not even a farmer.
No, I know.
That is a weird dream.
I forget how you had to fight him, though. I'm trying to remember.
This 4-hour time difference is killing us.
Screwing me up. I feel like he might have ripped your arm out or something at one point. I can't remember.
This dream is horrible.
It's really scary.
Saw pine weasels. At first I thought it was a cat killing a bird.
They were just playing.
Because all I heard was beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 and I just saw tumbling, and I walked closer, and it was a family of pine weasels, and they were all playing.
And it was adorable.
What?
And it was adorable. Dick Tremaine wouldn't have thought so.
No. If Dick Tremaine was here, he would have screamed and run away.
Yes.
Makes sense.
He would have tried to give it a kiss first, and then he would have screamed and ran away.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you think, Matt? We're heading to North Bend. How's it going there?
Gonna have a heart attack any second.
We were driving on a 4-lane, 5-lane highway. Was it 4 lanes or 5?
I don't know.
You lost count after a while.
More than 2 lanes in New Brunswick.
Yeah, it's just 2 lanes in New Brunswick, so it's kind of big change for us.
And this is all surprise, you're in an exit-only lane, you better change quick. Dart in there amongst that zooming traffic.
But we have...
Don't die, good luck.
but we're alive. We're okay. So we have 20 kilometers to go. We're almost there.
Yeah.
We'll
check back in.
We'll check back in then.
Just drove through it. Oh, we drove past Tweeds. You cried.
Well, not really, just a little.
Just
a little. More blackberries.
You squirted some tears.
Sorry.
There's blackberries everywhere on the West Coast.
Everywhere. It's crazy.
Currently, we're walking along a path towards Runnett's Bridge. The other side that connects to the road was torched earlier this year by some jerk. And
did they find out who it was?
I don't know. I don't think so. So we're forced to go through the woods and link up to this hiking path that'll lead us across to the other side of the bridge. So we're gonna have to walk across it from the hiking path that used to be train tracks.
Matt, be here.
Rusty Pipes.
Yes,
yeah.
Rusty Pipes. David Lynch has his pick of Rusty Pipes.
Yeah. He probably left them here 25 years ago. I'm going to leave these here, and in 25 years, when Twin Peaks is 25 years old, this place will be littered with rusty pipes.
How awful, David Lynch. How awful.
Just how I planned it. Right, we're going towards the bridge. What do you feel? Is there more tears? No?
It's cool.
It is cool. It's a very nice walking trail onto the bridge.
Yeah.
It walks along the river that the bridge goes over. And we heard voices down in the river. We couldn't really see who it was.
It sounded like they were dying.
It sounded like they were dying. They were screaming. They were like, "Where are we?"
Help!
And then they must have heard us walking along the trail because they're like, "People on the walking trail, where are we?" I'm not from here, but I was just like, "You're coming up on that bridge that the trains used to go over." They're like, "Okay, thank you."
And then they were like, "Oh, it must be like 10:30." Yeah. And I was like, "Actually, it's like 11:30." And then, "Why don't you tell them?" I was like, "It's too late." And then they were like, "People on the walking trail, what time is it?" So I yelled back at them.
Yeah. It was pretty funny. Yeah. But it does look, we did catch a sight of them, and they're just inner tubing down the river. It looks very
they're
nice.
On the beach. They're taking a break from freaking out.
Yeah.
But it's really nice, though. Like, look at the view. It's really pretty. You're going to have to take a picture and attach it with this audio file.
Yeah.
Alright, at this point we've just eaten at Tweeds and we are at the back of the restaurant in the Twin Peaks memorabilia section, and we're reading the back of the Twin Peaks trading cards.
Pete Martel's weakness: I love my wife.
Wow. Jean Reno weaknesses: I am not a particularly caring or sensitive guy. I tend to discard friends quickly.
And how?
The Giant weaknesses: I can only be seen by those who believe. Education, White Lodge.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Bobby's weaknesses are kind of funny too. My strengths are my strong arm and leadership qualities. I'm very successful with chicks. Shelley adores me. Weaknesses: I do not study much, and for that matter, hate going to class. I prefer shortcuts to success. He's got an earring in this picture. Bobby does.
Oh yeah?
Yes. I love Dick Tremaine's strengths. I am an impeccable dresser, superb dancer, a qualified clothier, and a smoker. Weaknesses: it is so hard to express negative thoughts about oneself.
They put Jerry Horn upside down.
Oh yeah, they did. Maybe the card's not meant to be upside down. There's a ceiling fan card. Oh, Catherine Martel. She speaks fluent Japanese and French. I used to love to go to Halloween parties because I always won the best costume prize. One year, my husband Pete and I went as a fisherman and his mermaid. We took first place, but I had a terrible allergic reaction to the rhinestones.
Margaret Lanternman weaknesses: rugged, good-looking men, saplings. Strengths: my forearms. From carrying that log.
Amazing.
Pierre Tremont weaknesses: I dislike creamed corn. Lawrence Jacoby weaknesses: my inability to conform to any reality base.
Garland Briggs' strengths: I am good at keeping secrets, speed reading, and birthday surprises. He flew a twin-engine plane solo at the age of 8.
Oh.
That's intense.
What's Andy's weaknesses? His card's in the wrong spot, but...
I know. I am clumsy sometimes. Luckily, I have never injured myself. Sheriff Truman tells me that I cry too much when we're working for investigation. I'm trying to be stronger, but I can't help myself. Once I start, I'm like a leaky faucet. I'm like a leaky faucet in desperate need of a plumber.
Nadine Hurley, weaknesses. Nadine has 20-0 vision. She also has a strong jealous streak in her.
Wow.
All right, that's probably
These are
good.
amazing.
We're at Sulk Point. James is sulking point
Sulky point.
from the pilot.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you feel pensive
Feel
and sad and introspective?
Yeah.
You're thinking about your lost love? Okay. Where's your motorcycle?
You know what? I rode in with the wind.
Oh, you're like Hawk.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty nice here. You can see why James chose this place to sulk.
Yeah. Oh, and we are also under a sort of a gazebo.
Yeah.
It could be like a bandstand of angst.
Yep, it could. It could serve that purpose.
Yes.
Since the real one is in California, I think.
What did you think of everything, Matt?
What did we do first? We went to Tweeds, right? We ate
Yesterday?
a meal there. Tweeds and
They have 50 different burgers there,
50 different burgers.
which is an intense amount of burgers.
All those crazy things in the back. Or no, we did record a little bit about that, didn't we? But I had a blue cheeseburger.
Didn't feel so good after.
It was delicious at first, and then afterwards I was like, oh, I see. Like, you shouldn't cheese that's moldy, even if it's supposed to be moldy.
But then you were told by one of your friends that you shouldn't eat cheese in the States for some reason.
Apparently American cheese standards are different. I don't know. But who knows how long that blue cheese is.
You're not even supposed to be like drinking the water when you're in a different area.
True. Yeah, so I'm a little bit messed up.
You're okay.
I survived. I still enjoyed my experience at Tweeds.
We have Tums.
Yeah. What else did we do? For some pouty photos there.
It's all built up now. It doesn't look the same. It's they built like there's little trails that they had like kind of like sprinklers going around and like watering the picnic tables and the benches so you couldn't sit on them. The sprinklers weren't even set up properly.
The sprinklers were set up in this labyrinth.
Everybody was trying to like avoid it, kind of like the Super Mario World fire ball things that you have to avoid.
Yeah, those
kind of like that, the spinning things.
The spinning fire things that you have to time and go through. That's what the sprinklers were doing.
Yes. Everybody just would like wait for the sprinkler to go by and then run by.
We drove by the Salish. We didn't go in it yet. We drove by the big log from the credit.
It's very fancy there, apparently. Not the log, the Salish. The log is very fancy.
Yeah.
You know what? You never know. It could be a very fancy hotel in there.
Inside.
Like this, like a Smurfs type hotel.
It's a big log.
Yes.
All over.
We waited like a day and a half to record our thoughts.
We were having too much fun.
Too much fun.
It's going to be hard to remember everything that happened. All right, so...
I don't even remember last time we recorded, actually.
It was before everything.
This was just on Thursday, right? When we were like, we just got in the city, or not the city, the town. We were just kind of all amazed. Well, we were all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yep. So Thursday night, we went to the Roadhouse shooting location, which is actually called the Roadhouse now. Somebody bought it and named it the Roadhouse.
Unbeknownst to them.
Yeah, complete coincidence.
Yeah, were like, they named it the Roadhouse, and then somebody told them it used to be the Roadhouse in Twin Peaks, and they were like, what?
And then they started capitalizing on it. They have T-shirts. They have a
Laura Palmer drink.
Yeah.
Which is like, what was it? Vodka, lemonade, strawberry puree.
Mm-hmm. Some other stuff.
Some other stuff. It was pretty good.
Yep.
We had one.
They put up the Have You Seen This Man Bob posters everywhere.
Yes. It was pretty awesome.
But yeah, we went to their backyard area and
had like a barbecue with like a pre-fest. We got to meet a few people there.
Yeah, it was tough meeting people, like being the new person there, and everybody's all in their little groups and they seem to know each other already, but I think a lot of people are still just meeting for the first time. It just seemed like everybody knew each other.
I think we're just awkward.
Maybe. For a while there I was like, have I forgotten how to meet new people and make new friends? But I think the first people we met were Josh and Gina.
We met Rob, the festival organizer. Like that's the first person we talked to, and then he introduced us to Josh and Gina.
Right. Which
Josh is like a friggin' gold mine of like Twin Peaks information.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty interesting. It was very interesting to talk to him.
So yeah, we met Josh and Gina. They got married
this year. They met at the fest last year, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, apparently she had seen him on the special features for the gold box set.
I think it was like season 1 or season 2 DVD.
Or
special feature,
whatever.
but
She saw him apparently years ago, and she was like, I want to meet that guy. And then they ended up getting married.
Yep.
Pretty hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of people, though, that were, I don't know if they met, like, Rachel and, what was his name, Dan, was it? Yeah, they met, I don't know if they met there, but Rachel has been coming to the fest since she was 12.
Mm-hmm.
And she only missed once, and she's 26 now.
Mm-hmm.
That's intense. That is intense. And Dan, the guy she married, had been coming for 4 years.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
so.
I don't know if they met there, or I don't know if he became a fan through her. Like, I don't know. It's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah. We also met Sam, who was a listener of our podcast.
That was the first night. Yeah.
That was the first night he like stopped us. He's like, "Hey, are you guys the people from the Twin Peaks podcast?" So he was there with his mom. She was a Twin Peaks fan too, but I think she was mostly there to see Charlotte Stewart because she's more of a Little House on the Prairie fan, I think.
So who did she play on Little House on the Prairie again?
Miss Beadle.
Did we talk about that on the podcast?
I don't know. I think someone probably mentioned it.
Yeah. So I've never really seen Little House on the Prairie, so I'm not familiar, but you were a fan back in the day.
Yeah. And so yeah, we had some fun there. Met a few people, not a lot. We met Jeff at our motel beforehand.
Yep.
We stayed at.
And we met a few more people like later that night. Brian and I think we met Alex and I forget who else there, but there was a few people. We met Ingvar.
Ingvar, yeah.
Yeah.
From Sweden.
And
his friend Chris.
Yeah. I don't think
Also
we met
from
Chris
Sweden?
that night.
No.
No, he wasn't there.
So.
And we also met Eben that night.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. At the end of the night,
At
we
the
met
end
Eben.
of the night, we ran into Eben. I recognized him.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Yeah. Friday was the sign-in. So in the morning we went to the Grange
They had
Hall.
Twin Peaks trivia.
Yeah.
There, it was kind of Jeopardy style.
Josh was running the trivia along with Trinidad.
There was a section called. There was a category called Bob's Victims, which was amazing.
Bob's Victims for 400, please.
It was so amazing. I thought about Brad immediately. I was like, man, Brad would love this.
They also had coffee and donuts. I ate too many donuts, but I couldn't help it.
You ate two. And
that was too many.
Too many. The donuts were huge. We're not used to huge donuts like that.
No. But
Our Canadian donuts are smaller.
Yeah, I just wanted to try them all. So we signed up. We looked at all the vendors. We bought some.
Vendors were cool. I met
things.
Amber, Claire's friend.
Yeah, I gave her a hug.
Gave her a hug for Claire.
Perfect stranger, gave her a hug.
I liked everybody's stuff there, though. It was nice. Amber had nice jewelry. I bought a couple earrings. Some girl that had some nice knitted stuff. That was cool. And a lot of, like, cool art that people did. It was neat. Yeah. And there's the festival had pins and bumper stickers and T-shirts that they were selling. And the proceeds for that go towards the fest for the next year, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
All right. So one of our pieces of audio recording was really messed up, so we're just going to redo it right now. All right, so yeah, they had the Twin Peaks board game there.
Apparently it's very terrible.
Yes, which would explain why nobody was playing it.
We should have played it and recorded our thoughts, but we didn't do it.
Yeah.
Would have been interesting, though.
There was more important things to do.
There was also a lot of magazines, the wrapped in plastic magazines. They were all laid out on a table.
Mm-hmm.
But we couldn't read them because they were wrapped plastic.
Appropriate.
Yes, they also had the Rolling Stone cover with like Sherilyn Fenn and Madchen and.
Oh, somebody won a contest and.
Oh, they won the Playboy magazine with Sherilyn Fenn in it.
Right. Yeah, I think
they were like, you're gonna get to see a lot more of her.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Good prize.
Mm-hmm. You were jealous. You can see those pictures online, though.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Exactly. So after that, I think we already mentioned Josh. He's like a Twin Peaks guru, but he He took us on, like, us and maybe 4 other people on a little, like...
It was like an impromptu, like, oh, hey, do you guys want to go see Leo Johnson's house?
Yeah.
And we were like, yes.
Yeah, we're just in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
Yeah. So we just followed his car up to, like, this, like, a bunch of, like, streets, and then we ended up, there was even, like, there wasn't a truck parked in the driveway, was there?
No, but there has been in previous years, apparently.
Yeah.
And it was the guy's truck. The guy who owns the house. It was his truck in the show.
Yeah.
In his house.
Yeah.
For
And
Leo
we
Johnson's
were,
house.
yeah, we were, like, just looking around. People were taking pictures, and it was funny. There was even, like, a Johnson mailbox facing the house, but apparently it wasn't theirs.
Yeah.
But it was funny because Josh was like, he was like, let's wait and see if the guy comes out. He usually does every year.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, this old guy with a cane just comes out and he's like, are you Twin Peaks people? And everybody's like, yes. He's like, well, come on over. I'll tell you some stories.
Yeah.
He seemed to be, like, really happy to be, like, sharing his 5 minutes of fame.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he tells the same story every year.
Yeah, except I think little details change.
I'm sure. Yeah, little details like who he thinks is an asshole.
Yes, but we'll get to that.
Well, we can say right now he
was just, like, talking about David Lynch and how nice he was. He's like,
Yeah.
And he's like, but I'll tell you who's an asshole. Kyle MacLachlan. And everybody's like, oh, interesting.
And Josh at one point said, "Don't you mean Eric DeRay?" And he's like, "Nope, it was Kyle MacLachlan."
It was hilarious.
And I don't know, we just let him go with it. And then after we left, Josh was like, "Last year he said it was Eric DeRay. Kyle MacLachlan wouldn't have even been here. He never filmed in this location." So the guy's just getting older.
But yeah, it was still very interesting.
Yeah.
And you never know, like, Eric DeRay, I don't know, he might very well be an asshole in real life, but he could have also been, like, in character or something.
Yeah.
But who knows?
He could have been going around slapping crew members upside the head. "This is our house, Shelley."
He just treats everybody like Shelly.
Yeah.
He just calls them Shelly too for.
He's got a soap and a sock for
just
whenever
whipping it at people's
he
heads.
needs it. Yep.
Yes, and it was funny though the David Lynch story about how David Lynch looked at his house and he was like, "This is perfect," and then as soon as he left, I guess Dave was the guy's name, the guy that lived there. And Dave said his wife immediately started cleaning as soon as David Lynch left. And he's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, the house is a mess. I gotta clean up." He's like, "Didn't you hear him? He said it was perfect."
Yeah. I'm sure he loved the cobwebs.
Aww.
So after that, that night we went to the movie theater. They were supposed to be showing the deleted scenes from the new Blu-ray, but apparently CBS sent them a cease and desist or whatever. There's no.
We couldn't even find the Blu-ray anywhere. We looked like Target, we looked at Best Buy, we looked at Walmart.
Yep. Nobody was carrying it. We wanted to get it signed by the people there, but yeah, all the stores said it was too expensive and too niche.
Yep.
So we went to the fest without having seen the deleted scenes. Well, there was a lot of people who hadn't seen them.
Yeah, most people hadn't seen them really. Because, well, most people were getting ready to leave on a trip.
Yeah.
So they didn't have time to watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were all hoping to see them at the theater, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, that too.
But,
I think they were expecting that they might see them.
But instead we saw Fire Walk with Me in the theater where it premiered.
Did we already mention that Jen Lynch and James Marshall...
Oh, yeah, they were supposed to come to the fest, but they didn't. They couldn't
weren't
make
able to show up.
Yeah, they had work.
Yep. Sad.
But all the other
I
celebrities
wanted
for the year
James
were
to
there.
serenade me.
I don't think he would have done that. I think he hates that song.
I know, but it would have been great. I would have sang with him. I would have sang backup.
Would you have given him the bedroom eyes?
Sure, why not? I've got nothing to lose at that point. I've already lowered myself down so low it doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah. But Will, our co-host from our Intro to Briscoe podcast, showed up. We met him in person.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yep. It was nice to meet you, Will.
Yep. And his friend.
And your friend John.
So yeah, we watched some shorts and some oddities, and then they played the movie.
They played a funny commercial with Kimmy Robertson, and it was basically like
It was from it was a movie clip.
Was it a movie clip? Somebody said it was like a commercial promoting safe sex.
No, I'm pretty sure it was from The Last American Virgin.
Yeah. Anyways, it was pretty funny.
It was.
Yeah.
She was like the stereotypical nerd girl, but once she started kissing that dude, he couldn't resist.
She was like totally like a sex crazed nerd girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was totally horny.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
So yeah, most of the celebrities were there that night, except for Sherilyn Fenn. But
She was late.
all the other ones were there.
Well, she had an emergency, I think, but
She was still flying in.
yeah.
The next day.
Did we? I guess it doesn't really matter that
What?
the sound wasn't working for Fire Walk with Me. It doesn't matter.
So the next day, we were supposed to go on the next day. We were scheduled to go on the bus tour, but before we did that, the meeting place, the town hall, is right across from the Mount Si Motel where they filmed some scenes for Fire Walk with Me, where Leland meets up with Teresa and stuff, and it's just as gross as it looks in the movie, in real life.
There was like a scuzzy guy walking around with his shirt all unbuttoned.
He was limping all over the place.
Yeah, he was just like walking all over the place. He was knocking on random people's doors. Like, I don't know what was going on there. But apparently you cannot make reservations at this motel. Apparently it's a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently a lot of people... I sound like that apparently kid, but apparently a lot of people do drugs there.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I think it's a crack den or something.
Yeah.
Drugs and prostitutes, just like the movie.
Yeah,
But,
it's like totally accurate.
Yeah,
Real to life.
but we saw a nice cat there.
There was
but
a
it
nice scabby cat there, and
it
I
was-
couldn't pet him because he was really scabby and gross.
Aw,
but he was really nice.
He was so loving.
He came up to us and he wanted
Aw,
to be pet.
poor
but I
crack-
didn't want to touch him.
Poor crack cat.
Poor crack cat.
But yeah, we got some pictures, and then we got the hell out of there.
Yeah, because it was creeping the crap out of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we went on the bus tour. Yeah. So the bus tour went.
Oh wait.
Oh,
Sorry. That area was like full of scuzzy animals. There was also that scuzzy dog that was trying to sneak into the
To the town hall and get donuts or
town
something.
hall. He was trying to get donuts. The people had to shoo him out.
Yeah, I don't know where that dog came from.
Yes, it's so random.
Yeah, that also reminds me of the other shady place that people were
yes.
talking about. Some people previous years went to the airport from the movie, the little airport where Kiefer Sutherland and David Lynch and
Where Lil does her weird
that thing
shtick.
where that all
Yeah.
happens. They went to see that airport location, and some guy like yelled at them and was
Apparently he came up to them on a riding mower.
yeah.
And he's like, "What are you guys doing on my property?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, well, we're here to see a location for Twin Peaks." And he's like, "I don't think you heard my question. What the hell are you doing on my property? I want to know what your business is on here."
Mm-hmm.
And they said it again, and he just wasn't getting it. And he was like, "I want you out of here."
Yeah.
And
He's
apparently...
like, "You're not taking pictures, are you?"
Yeah.
Mhm.
And apparently the year after that, somebody else went, and they got shot at.
Yep.
So that's when they figured out that the guy was, like, probably running drugs out of that airport.
Probably. So don't go there.
Yeah, don't go there.
Uh,
Unless you want to have, like, a fun adventure, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
You want to dodge some bullets.
Yes.
So the bus tour, we went on that. It went to the sawmill, which is mostly torn down now. In its place is just tracks for these cars that race around, and it's a school now teaching that, I guess. And the sheriff's office is the office for this company that teaches people how to race on dirt tracks.
Yep.
But they still let people in, and we were allowed to go in and walk through the halls of the sheriff's station and go in the interrogation rooms. And
The secretary was real nice. She was letting people sit in her secretary's chair,
Yeah.
which is where Lucy was sitting.
posed behind Lucy's desk.
Yeah.
We also went to Ronette's Bridge, but we'd already been there ourselves. That's at Sparkwood and 21 from the movie
Where Laura gets dropped off by James.
Yeah. It's just an intersection.
Yeah, pretty much.
We went to the Roadhouse, which we had also been to already, and the Bookhouse is right beside the Roadhouse, and it is run down and it's fenced off, and they're pretty sure that's a cracked in too.
I sense a theme.
Yeah.
I feel like North Bend has like a seedy underbelly.
Yeah, just like Twin Peaks. We also went to the Salish, the Great Northern, which is really nice inside and out.
Yeah,
And,
it's very fancy.
The Snoqualmie Falls, Waterfall from the show.
Mm-hmm.
We went past the train graveyard, and the
old like passenger car wasn't there anymore.
No, the car where Laura got killed isn't there anymore, but other things are. They're just sitting out there rusting in the rain.
Other things are like the little paper note, Fire Walk With Me, the necklace, the pile.
No,
of dirt.
I mean other trains.
Bloody clothing.
Yeah. We went to the big log from the extended opening from the pilot and the season 2 premiere. Big Ed's Gas Farm is now a marijuana store.
It's a hydroponics store.
Hydroponics store. It's legal there, so
if anybody is interested,
yeah,
go and visit.
Go and visit Big Ed's.
It was funny because we were like, oh, this is so cool. And we were all like taking pictures of the hydroponics store and taking pictures of the house across the street. Cause
the Hurley house where Nadine
yelled. That was where Nadine yelled at Ed from in the pilot. The pilot. Mm-hmm. I can't even talk. I'm so tired. And I guess there was like a bunch of parked cars, and they were like just like staring at us and like wondering why we were at a hydroponics store when it was closed.
Mm-hmm. Taking pictures of it.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
were just like looking at us really oddly.
We confused everybody.
Yeah,
it's
I
okay.
guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
We heard this from Phil and Andrea, who we met earlier, and Phil was a Twin Peaks podcast listener.
Mm-hmm.
He was he came up to us and he was like, "Oh, are you guys Matt and Mel from the Twin Peaks podcast?" And we were like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh my god!" He was so excited. It was great. We were all so excited to
yeah. But they didn't have tickets for the bus tour, so they just kind
they
of
just followed us.
They tailed the bus in their car
so badly. We can read this later.
It's fine.
Awful.
And we also ran into another listener, Trinidad, who was a former trivia champion at the fest 3 times in a row. They made him retire.
This year, a 14-year-old won.
14-year-old kid won.
Who didn't look like he was 14.
Nope. So I think that's most of what we recorded that got
it's probably
destroyed.
Still too much. We're probably like boring people to tears.
I'll edit. So I think that's most of what we recorded that got messed up that we just did over. So now I'm gonna throw it back to our original recordings for the rest of this. So let's pick up with what happened right after the bus tour.
Josh again grabbed a handful of people for another secret tour. He's like, "Hey, who wants to go see the Laura Palmer house from the movie and the Hayward house?" Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
It's just nice. Like, we were part of this little group that got to see like everything. You know, there's like 200 people there, but so many people didn't get to see all these other places that were far away. Like the Palmer house.
We had to drive about an hour and some to get to the Palmer house.
It was quite far away.
Yeah, but it was worth it.
Yeah. And it was
because the house had been for sale, the Palmer house, and it had just sold, so there was nobody living in there. So we were able to look right in the windows.
Yep, we were able to skulk around and put our cameras right up to the windows and get pictures of the interior from the movie.
And it so happened that when we ended up going to the Hayward house afterwards, it was also for sale. Yeah, it was crazy. Those houses were beautiful.
Yeah. Expensive.
Yes, expensive.
You made a note about the window that Bob crawled into in the movie.
Yes, it was all stained. It was stained brownish yellow.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, Bob must have like slug slime all over it. It's just like left over.
Yeah, residual Bob slime on the window.
Gross.
I mean, the house is like pristine white all around except for that one window.
And even Josh was like, yeah, that's the window Bob crawled through. We were like, ew. Dirty, greasy hair.
Dirty, greasy Frank Silva. So yeah, we went to the Hayward house. He must have never
washed his denim.
I guess not. So after that, what happened Saturday night? That was the dinner, right?
That was the dinner, the celebrity dinner, and delicious. I was so happy to have like finally good food.
The catering was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
We got to
I forget who it was done by. Can't remember the name now, but they were amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we got 5 celebrities there. And
about, yeah.
I think we're one of the only people who had time to get every signature. It just worked out because we were right by the door when it opened, and
We were like second or third.
Yeah.
For like, because I figured Sherilyn Fenn's line would be really long, so we went to hers first.
It was like 8 times as long as everyone else's line.
Yeah.
So
we ended up being like the third people there.
For Sherilyn Fenn, we got her signatures on our books.
And then we went to Chris Mulkey after. No, we went to Wendy Roby after.
Wendy Roby.
And that was fun.
Yeah. Then Chris Mulkey.
Yeah. What did Wendy Roby say about us again? Like we sat down, we talked to her for a bit. She was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
They were all really nice. I mean, and then what did she say when we left?
When we were walking away, I heard her say, "It's like they were meant to be together," but I don't know what she meant by that.
It was funny though.
Did we look?
We must have
like we matched or something.
Well, I don't even know.
I don't know. But
even Connie Woods was like, "Oh, you guys are so cute."
Yeah.
I don't know.
Connie Woods played the new girl at Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
the one with the dimple chin.
Yeah. Yeah. She was very nice, though.
Yeah.
Everybody's so nice. Chris Mulkey was very engaging, very talkative. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed talking to him.
Yeah, and we got a picture of him killing me.
Great.
Yeah, I was like, should I ask him to kill me? And decided to do it, and he looked glad that I did because I didn't see him do that to anyone else. He's like, oh yeah, this is great. He's like, so he grabbed his pen.
He seemed to remember us too, because
for the rest of the fest.
He called us out on a couple of questions that we asked him that he couldn't remember, and then he called us out later about it. So
and he hung out with us at the picnic and stuff.
Yeah, he went swimming at the picnic, but that's later, I guess. I'm skipping ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, I got a picture of him stabbing me with a pen. That's my favorite picture.
Skipping ahead, shout out to Claire Laffar.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Got them. We got Charlotte Stewart. And so then autographs ended, and we still hadn't got Kimmy, but we got everybody but Kimmy. But there's going to be a chance for more autographs later. So we did get Kimmy later. So I think we got everybody. We got them to sign the Laura Palmer diary, which you had brought because Jen Lynch was supposed to be there.
Yeah, and she ended up not showing up. I don't know if we mentioned that yet, that James Marshall and Jen Lynch couldn't make it.
Yeah.
It was for a good reason. They had work, and we were applauding the fact that they had work, which was great. Yeah.
Well, the other book we got signed was what? Yeah.
What is it called again? It's called Reflections, An Oral History of Twin Peaks.
Right.
Yeah. And that book is great, by the way, for anybody that's interested in just reading little tidbits and facts about just the history of Twin Peaks. It's really great. Like, he got almost everybody interviewed in that book.
Yeah.
Almost everybody. Like, there's a few people that he didn't, like, I don't think he could get a hold of David Lynch, obviously. But he talked to Kyle MacLachlan, he talked to Michael Onkeen.
Yep.
Like, people, he talked to Michael Horace, like, everybody.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, we got those 2 books signed by everybody. Yeah. So also there was...
the book had, like 3 blank pages just for signatures.
At the back, yeah.
Yes. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's also
we wished we would have had the Blu-ray to get signed. That's the reason we were looking for the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
We should have brought our gold box set, but maybe next time come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was fun.
So there's a Q&A as well.
You asked a question.
I asked a question.
I don't know if Wendy Roby quite understood it.
No, I don't think so.
Or maybe she just couldn't remember.
I don't know. I asked her about all of her feats of strength and if she had any memories of how they were filmed or that stuff, like the slideshow with her flipping all those dudes and stuff. But she specifically thought I was talking about her fight with Mike Nelson, I think. She's like, well, I didn't actually lift him, and I was thinking, yeah, I know. But I don't know. She just explained that he was on a harness.
The fun staging of it all. Like, we just wanted to know if there was any funny stories about that.
All those slides.
She basically just said it was a really long day of shooting.
Yeah.
She must have hated that day or something. Maybe she didn't want to talk about it. She's like, oh, horrible memories.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just wanted to know more about those funny pictures of her, like, I don't know, lifting dudes up and like I wanted to know also about the guy that got flung out in space during the cheerleading tryouts. Yeah. That would have been funny.
Yeah. But she didn't really understand the question, I guess. So
maybe there wasn't much to say about it.
Other people asked lots of questions, but I could barely hear anything.
Yeah, the sound didn't carry well in there.
Yeah, we were kind of like behind the speakers where they were pointed. So
yeah.
I think they needed a couple more speakers.
I'm kind of hoping that next year they do it in the Kiana Lodge, because I think that would be great.
That would be great.
Yeah.
More in the Kiana Lodge later. Was that the end of that day, basically?
Yeah, pretty much. Went home. We're kind of early birds, at like maybe 11ish. I wasn't feeling great. It was hot in there.
Yeah, it was really hot.
It was really hot, and I had eaten too much, and I
Drank too much.
a little too much.
No. So the next day, Sunday, was the picnic day. The picnic in Olallie State Park.
Where Laura Palmer's body was dumped.
And Teresa's.
And
in the little river there.
It was really nice.
It was.
Yeah.
And the ranger.
We got taken on a hike by Josh.
Yeah. The ranger station there.
Oh, yeah.
Is the filming location for the Deer Meadows Sheriff's Station. And the morgue where they did the autopsy of Teresa used to be right behind it, but it's gone now.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, Josh gave us another tour. This one wasn't as intimate. It wasn't just like 7 or 8 people. It was like a quarter of everybody who was at the picnic.
He showed us exactly where certain things were shot, especially like there was a few deleted scenes in there too that showed us where they were shot.
Yeah, a lot of stuff just like along a path in the woods.
Yeah.
And so we got to talk some more with Chris Mulkey there. He engaged us in conversation. He's super nice.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to say that he played a little concert for us on Saturday at the banquet.
Yeah, he played music. It was kind of like
with his wife as well.
Bluesy kind of. They looked. He brought his wife up to sing with him, and it was really cute because they were kind of like a Johnny Cash, June Carter kind of thing. Yeah, it was cute.
You told them that later.
I told them that later, and they were like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah, I think they really liked that compliment.
Yeah, it was great. But they were so adorable together. He was just like, I love my wife, and I was like, "Oh, they've been married for like 30 years." I was like, "Oh, adorable."
I felt bad though because they were trying to do this like sing along part in their song, and nobody was singing along. They're like, everybody. And
we were trying.
Yeah, I was trying.
Oh, whatever. People were too drunk.
I hate when singers request that of you. Usually I'm like, they're like, everybody all together. And then when it doesn't work.
People were trying, though.
So
they were
awkward.
Some people were trying.
But yeah, they were good. The audience maybe was not as good as they were. They weren't good at participating.
Well, they said that there was a good audience, though.
Yeah.
Here from where we were.
Maybe. What else? Anything else happened at the picnic? Oh yeah,
a bunch of people went for a swim, including Chris Mulkey. Yep. It was amazing.
But also there was the cherry stem tying contest.
Oh yes, and Charlotte Stewart participated.
Yeah, and so did Connie Woods, who was dressed as a watermelon.
No, she was dressed up because it was a picnic. She was dressed up as a picnic. She had a checkered, like kind of like a, what do you call that pattern? Gingham or whatever.
Fun.
Yeah. It's like a kind of like a, like a tablecloth kind of pattern.
Yeah.
Like red. And then she had watermelons on her shoulders, like watermelon shoulder pads.
Yes.
And she had watermelon buttons. Although I told Matt I wished that the buttons were actually ants crawling towards the watermelon. Because it would have been more accurate for a picnic.
But Brad asked us to go on Fashion Watch, so there's your Fashion Watch, Brad.
Oh, and also, Brad, I should mention, there was a lot of shorts there. A lot of shorts.
Everybody was wearing shorts.
Including you, Matt.
It was too damn hot for pants.
Including me. I was also wearing shorts. But apparently shorts are okay for ladies.
Yep.
There was a lot of black.
Oh, I couldn't.
A lot of black.
I couldn't imagine wearing black on that day.
A lot of black. But black is probably fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Black is a good fashion statement. I don't know.
But
I don't remember what else. Like, I don't think there was that much bad fashion there.
No, everyone was generally pretty
well dressed.
Fine.
Yeah.
If you don't have a problem with shorts.
A lot of pinup clothes and stuff. Like a lot of stuff from Mod Clothes, which I like.
Yeah. So yeah, cherry stem tying contest. And there was also, we didn't mention that we met a guy named Andy who's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he was a nice guy. He's writing a book on Twin Peaks as well.
Yeah.
He's from Toronto.
And
we also met Murray.
Murray, right?
He's into film stuff, yeah.
And
man, we're gonna forget a lot of people that we met, but I mean, like,
we forgot to mention that at the banquet there was a red room set up, and
we met Jen too. We forgot to mention Jen. Jen Bobsrich.
Yeah,
is that how you pronounce it?
I think so. Yeah.
She was a podcast listener. We also met Britton Lindsay, who listened to Intro to X more, I think.
Yeah.
But she wasn't anymore because she was angry.
She was angry. She was angry at all the X-Files hate. Yep.
Yeah.
She blamed it on me at first.
Yeah, she thought you were Brad.
I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You're not even
her friend-
on. You're not even on the X Files
I know.
podcast. We're just feedbackers.
Yeah, and her friend Sasha from Britain.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's also the rock throwing contest, the Tibetan rock throw, which
Yeah.
went for a long time because everybody kept missing. You had to name a J name before you threw the rock. I did Mojo Jojo. I did Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, and I did a food or something, didn't
I did Jimmy Stewart and Jerry Garcia.
I? Oh, I did Jimmy Dean sausage.
Ah, yes, you did. Yeah, so random.
And there's the other event was the like a blindfolded piñata thing, except it was hitting the piñata with soap in a sock.
It was a tiki mask, but I told Matt, I was like, it should have been a piñata of Shelly's face, but that would have been really inappropriate.
You made me do this, Shelley. Start up the
rockabilly music.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Whack. I whacked it in the face and I got a single sucker. It spit out a sucker at me.
It was funny.
So I didn't like break it.
It actually
open, but-
spit it out through the mouth too.
Yeah,
didn't it?
it was like I hit the Shelly tiki on the face, and she spit out a sucker, which I happily ate. Was that the end of the picnic, basically?
Yeah, they had food there and pie there.
Oh, yeah, we had to try the pie.
I didn't think the pie was that great. I've had better pie. My grandmother made better pie,
Yeah,
but it might just be a different kind of crust.
maybe.
You know how it is. Like sometimes everybody makes a different crust. That's just the way it is.
Mhm.
And I always thought my grandmother's crust. So this crust was more like shortbread or something, or not shortbread.
It's full of Crisco.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It was really thick. I don't know. A lot of people liked it though. Oh,
Yeah.
and it wasn't fresh cherries either. It was maraschino,
Mm.
which I thought would have been better with fresh.
I don't know if cherry pie is ever made with anything but cherry pie filling. Is it?
Yeah, it is.
I've never.
You can make it with fresh cherries.
never
it's way
seen
better.
a fresh cherry pie.
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
It would have been so much better. Anything with fresh fruit.
Is that the end of that?
Had food that we didn't eat, which is
Yeah.
lunch. Gravy laden breakfast.
Right.
Oh, there was weird things on the menu at Tweed's for breakfast. We should mention they had, maybe this is something that people are used to,
Mm.
but we weren't used to this being from Canada. They had grapefruit slices in Sprite, which I thought was really strange.
It is.
I tried a piece, it was fine, but it was really weird. The sausage and biscuit and gravy thing was a little strange to me as well.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, for breakfast, I just thought like somebody got it. It was like a big pile of gravy.
Yeah.
It was intense.
Tweed's food wasn't actually that good.
It was okay.
It was okay. But what was way better was the Roadhouse. The Roadhouse had awesome
Oh, the
food.
Roadhouse was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
go-
people kept telling us it's expensive. But other people were like, "Oh, it's great. The food's great." And I was like, I wasn't going there because it was expensive. And then we met people when we went to the Kiana Lodge that were at the fest, Melanie and Brad.
Mm-hmm.
And Melanie told us, she was like, "Man, the food at the Roadhouse, it's amazing. You got to go there." So I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, let's try it out." And it was so good.
Yeah. But so after the picnic, Sunday night, there was a final goodbye kind of thing at the Roadhouse again. There was
we showed up.
karaoke
There was-
going on.
Yes, that was amazing. Oh man, everybody, pretty much everybody went up there and sang.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I probably would have if people hadn't been hogging the
everybody
karaoke
was-
book.
Yeah.
I couldn't look at the songs because somebody always had the book.
I know, but Alex, she went up and sang In Dreams.
Yep.
And Matt went up and did the dumpy lady dance from Blue Velvet.
The one where the lady gets on top of the,
the
roof
car,
of the
and
car.
she's just like dancing around.
Yeah.
Like,
I did that for a second.
yeah, it was pretty great.
People enjoyed that.
But
it
everybody
seemed.
did such a good job singing. Like, it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we said bye to a few people there, and then we
We got an inside tip
got
from
another inside invite from John. with
John.
John
Yeah,
with two
John with
Ns.
two N's. Yeah.
He was staying at the Salish, and he was going to have a small group of people over. He was actually staying in Cooper's room at the Great Northern 315.
315.
But
Yeah.
he said later tonight I'm going to have people over and we're going to watch the deleted scenes on the Blu-ray.
And we were like,
We hadn't seen them. He hadn't seen them. I think everybody there hadn't seen them except one person.
Except for
Chuck.
like Josh and Gina showed up,
Right.
and they
showed up
had
too.
seen them.
Yeah. So most of the people in the room hadn't seen them. But yeah, so we went after the Roadhouse. We went to the Great Northern, went to room 315.
Well, we didn't right away. We were waiting for a little bit, and you were like, "Oh man, are they going to show up? Are we going to be not allowed in the room?" Because it looks, when you go in there, it looks like you're not allowed to go to the guest rooms.
Unless you're
It looks
a
like
guest.
it's under lockdown because there's like a big metal bar on the door. But you can actually open it and it's fine. You can just go in. But we were like, oh man, we're not going to be let in. It's going to be like, we're going to be kicked out. They're going to like, security's going to come after us. Like, we thought we'd get kicked out because it's so fancy in there.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I don't know. We didn't really describe how fancy it is in there.
It smells like pine all the time.
Yeah, they pump out like this like pine smell all through the hotel. So it just smells like, and in the gift shop, it just smells like perfumey things. Like,
well, gift shops always do.
yeah, but this one really does. And they have like a spa in there. They have a bar upstairs. They have a restaurant.
Yep.
They have it's just crazy.
Yep. So we got into that room.
Yeah. Oh, and we told Josh about it. We were like, because we were talking to Josh before we had
At the Roadhouse.
At the Roadhouse, and we were like, well, we gotta go. They're gonna be showing the deleted scenes, and he got really excited. He's like, oh, where at? He really wanted to come.
Yeah.
And anyways,
we weren't sure if we should say.
No, so anyways, we ended up telling him, oh, it's in I was wondering before I told him, I was like, I wonder if he'll get the room 315 thing right away. And I told him, oh, it's in room 315 at the Salish. And his eyes just lit up and he's like, really? He was so excited that he just got the reference right away.
Yeah. Yeah, so
it was great.
We accidentally invited him to a thing
But
that we had been invited
everybody
to.
was so happy. Like,
But that was
everybody
fine,
yeah, everybody
I was just worried that I had invited somebody and
without yeah, and it wasn't
John's
your
permission.
Room. Yeah, yeah. But it was fine. He even invited like other people that he randomly saw there. So
yeah.
So I think it was just like anybody can come, whatever.
But it was just nice because John, we hadn't even met John the entire weekend, and he's just like, he came up the Roadhouse. He's just like, yeah, I've seen you guys around. I sorry, I haven't said hi. And he's like, do you want to come to my room tonight and watch the deleted scenes?
Yeah,
so,
everybody was just so nice there.
Yeah,
like anybody that we met, like it's like one of those things where everybody. Some people already know each other, so they already have their own little cliques going. But even then, like they're still very welcoming when you do talk to them. Like they're very nice people.
Yeah. So yeah, picture this: we're in the Great Northern in Cooper's room. The lights are out. Fans seen it for the first time. We were all watching the deleted scenes from the movie, and I forgot to take a picture or a video. I really regret that. But yeah, the final 3-4 minutes of those deleted scenes, your mind. Mel was covering her mouth with her hand the whole time. In shock.
Yeah. Man, those scenes, man, it was all so sexy. Man, it was awesome. Man, I just want to watch them again.
Yeah, we all just sat there in stunned silence for most of it, and then at the end, everybody in the room applauded.
Yep.
And after that, the plan was for everybody to go down the walking trail to the base of the falls that night, but everybody was tired. So only John and Chuck, another guy,
who had like a ton of beer in his backpack.
Yeah, we went down to the bottom of the falls with these guys in the darkness. Chuck had a headlamp.
Matt, you had your flashlight app on your phone.
Yeah, I just let him use the headlamp for the most part. But yeah, we went down to the bottom. We had all these philosophical conversations about the state of being.
I didn't. They did.
Chuck had a little bit to drink.
It was pretty fun, though.
It was great. It
was like almost 3 a.m. at that point.
Yeah, it was.
It was very late.
So we got to go to the bottom of the falls, and the falls are all illuminated by these lights, and it was very really
nice.
Cool.
It was just a nice atmosphere, but it was very buggy, and it was cold. I wasn't only wearing like a tank top or something, so I wasn't too. No, it was just a t-shirt, a t-shirt and like capris. So it was like getting a little cold.
But there was all these bats flying across the falls. You could see them.
Oh yeah, when we went back up, you could really see them there because it looked like they had like a little, I don't know what you call it, a den or what, but it was like little. Yeah. They were just coming off the side of the cliff. Yeah. It was neat.
It was pretty neat.
I was expecting to see Bruce Wayne at any point.
It was a nice hike down, hike back up.
Yes.
So yeah, at like 3:30 in the morning, we headed back to our hotel. We drove through the streets of Twin Peaks, our headlights illuminating the roads.
It was fun.
And we had all the scary music from Twin Peaks blasting in the car, all those half-speed orchestras and slow-speed orchestras, the creepy themes. It was pretty awesome. Then the next day, the fest was pretty much over. People were going to Tweed's for breakfast, but we couldn't because we had already planned to go to Kiana Lodge, which is...
Because it was like the only time that we could go.
Yeah, everything
else. The
else...
only time where it wasn't booked.
We had called ahead, and they were booked solid for everything else, so we had to be there Monday before noon. So we went out there. It was another, again, almost a 2-hour drive away.
We left at 9:30, and we made it there exactly like at 11:23.
Yeah.
Like, I kept passing every frigging car on the way there.
You drove like a
demon.
Like a demon and cut 10 minutes off of our estimated arrival time.
I was like, man, I'm awesome.
That 10 minutes was crucial. We didn't have that much time
there. It was
there.
very crucial. It gave us enough extra time to like see everything that we needed to see.
Yeah.
And then we talked to the housekeeper there.
Yeah.
There's a few housekeepers, but we talked to one, and they said we walked in because we thought it was very strict when we came in there, because they said you only have this specific amount of time and you can't show up at any other time. But they were like, meh, Twin Peaks people show up all the time. We're just strict because we don't want crazy people showing up at any time with like doing stupid stuff. But the housekeeper was like, she told us that they had all the staff there had got together to watch the whole Twin Peaks series, because there's so many Twin Peaks people that show up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically wanted to educate themselves on the history of the lodge.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was great.
It was.
Because she was telling us, oh yeah, that's the fireplace that Ben spit in, and this is where the kitchen is, and da-da-da. It was awesome.
Yeah, so there's a few filming locations there. That's the Kiana Lodge is where the giant log where Laura's body is filmed is at. It's the exterior of the Packard's house. It's the interior of the Packard's kitchen. It's the interior of the Great Northern meeting rooms and the foyer where Leland was on the phone with Sarah, and Harry came in and told him his daughter was dead. There was an exterior shot of a big totem pole that was done there. So yeah, we got to see all that stuff. It was a really nice place. And about halfway through our exploring there, that's when we ran into another couple Twin Peaks fans who came by that were at the fest that we had never talked to the whole time at the fest. Melanie and Brad. Yeah. So we helped each other take some photos. We just chatted a bit, and that was pretty cool. Is that basically the end of our Twin Peaks journey? No. The next thing we did, the final thing we did was when we got back to North Bend. We were going to spend the rest of the day just at our bed and breakfast, but you wanted to go swimming because you were looking at the river there at the bed and breakfast.
It was warm.
It was warm.
That day, yeah.
Yeah. So we we drove back to Eulalie State Park.
We went to eat that day too
at the Roadhouse, yeah.
Which, yeah, that was good.
But we drove to Eulalie State Park again, and we didn't go swimming at the picnic, but this time, we went swimming.
Because we didn't have our bathing suits.
Yeah.
We couldn't really go.
Yeah, so we went in the river. It was pretty much empty there. There's nobody around but us for the most part. And we took some shots, some video and stuff of our bodies floating down the river where Teresa Banks had floated down, where Laura had been, set into the water. We took some pictures staging the fight scene from the deleted scene we had just seen the previous night of Sheriff Cable and Chet Desmond having their fight scene.
Yep.
Near the
silliest fight scene ever.
Yeah, near the forest ranger's house. Yeah, that was a great fight scene.
Yeah.
But that was basically the end of it, I think, wasn't it? Did we miss anything?
No.
Would you say it was a good fest, a good trip?
It was a good trip.
Yeah.
This trip has been pretty much nothing but perfect so far, really.
Yeah, no disasters, really.
No huge disasters. Well, you're the one that you create a lot of disasters in your mind.
Yeah.
It's been going okay so far.
Yep.
Yep.
Everybody kept asking if we were coming back next year, and you kept
I'd like to come back.
Yeah, you kept.
But I mean, I know there's other trips we'd like to take.
Yeah,
but
you kept letting on
But
like
your
we
dad
were.
wants to come.
I know.
Your dad really wants to go to the fest, which is really like it's funny. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he likes the show a lot. So
Yeah. I just can't picture him being nerdy enough to interact with
No.
all these other nerds and get excited like they do. you know,
yeah,
like
but
they
I
do.
think he would enjoy seeing all the scenery. I think they would enjoy going to the parks.
He would enjoy it if it was just us. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think he would really
enjoy
like
the fest.
itself. He probably would just like to come here
Yeah,
and we could show him around probably.
he'd probably like to meet the stars too, though.
Maybe. I mean, you got to wait in these lines and stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's
I don't know. Well, I
It's
guess
alright,
not.
though.
The picnic, you don't have to wait in any lines. They're just mingling about.
yeah. You can just talk to them. You can hang out.
Yeah. They're pretty accessible, it seems. They're not like constantly, swarmed by like an entourage of fans who
Yeah,
won't let you
people
get
are
close.
people are very respectful.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah, like I didn't really want to like swarm them. I just, I don't. I'm not interested in being like a crazy, drooly, like paparazzi kind of person.
Yeah, well, we never really went up to anybody. Like
No.
Chris Mulkey came up to us several times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable because you don't know these people. Like, it's not like you're like, just like bowing at their feet. Like they're people. They're
Yeah.
just regular people.
Yeah.
They just happen to be a part of a show you really like. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd love to come again sometime. I don't know if we will every year or even next year. I'm not sure.
It'd be fun to come
Yeah.
again. We met a lot of nice people, like
A
people
few
that we'll hopefully keep in touch with.
Yeah,
So.
a few things that would make me come for sure are probably if David Lynch was ever
What
confirmed,
about Ray Wise?
which will never happen. Oh, I love Ray Wise. I don't know.
That would be great.
I'd love to meet Ray Wise.
Oh, he seems like such a nice guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, the people that will probably never show up at the fest are David Lynch and Kyle MacLachlan
yeah,
because they're just so busy all the time.
yeah.
But it would be if Kyle MacLachlan came, would you show up?
I don't know. I think he's somebody who would be swarmed with people all the time. He probably wouldn't have a chance to talk to him.
He probably knows that too.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I would hope that people wouldn't do that.
Well, I mean, Sherilyn Fenn didn't go to the picnic either, so yeah, she probably would have had people hanging off of her too. She was very popular. But also, if Claire ever went to the fest,
Claire.
I don't know, that might be a big.
That would be a big reason for us to go back.
Yeah,
Claire. So much pressure now.
yeah,
We've been basically been talking enough to make it a podcast of its own. So maybe
well, that was the plan.
we should shut up. Well,
Yeah.
just the both of us,
Yeah, I wanted to have a little report from the Twin Peaks Fest,
and
from
then
us.
another report with the.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do an episode where we review the deleted scenes with everybody.
But I would recommend anybody that is interested in going to
Mhm.
just try it out at least once. It's
Yeah.
pretty fun. Like
You gotta do
we-
it once.
Yeah, we had fun. Like I mean, I would totally do it again if I was like a rich person
Mhm.
that just had money floating around for whatever. I'd go every year.
Yeah,
But
or if we
and of
lived
course
closer.
I'd donate all my money to charity as well, and I'd
Yeah.
save just enough to go to the Twin Peaks Fest.
Yeah, you're so righteous.
Oh,
and pure.
I'm so pure. Yes.
All right, but those deleted scenes were great. We're going to talk about Canadian.
About.
A Canadian. I'm a Canadian. We're going to talk about those.
Talk about them.
at a later date with Brad and Caitlin
And that will
a
be
guests to
A
be determined.
mysterious guest.
All right. Well, that is all for now.
Yes.
Good time.
It's been a good time. So vacation's not over yet, but it's almost over.
Yeah. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your Garmin Bosia. 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 Enjoy your Garmin Bosia.